Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, 1 p.m. PST. So many things to talk about, guys. So many. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. I see you there already. All your beautiful sunshiny faces. Oh boy. So you guys saw the thumbnail. And if you guys don't know, back, man, this must have been what, the early 2000s? Like 2001, 2, something like that. Long ass time ago, over 20 years ago, in the fledgling stage of the internet, we had two things. We had Two Girls, One Cup and bum fights. And bum fights is exactly what it sounds like. This company, these people would pay homeless people to beat each other up, and these bums would fight. I'm trying to remember. There's one dude. His name was like Lickety Split or something like that. He was this crackhead, and he kept his crack pipe in his collar, so cops wouldn't find it when they searched him. And Cole, you're right. She says hit the like button. Yes, please do like and sub and like. But yeah, it's exactly what you think. It was fucked up to pay homeless people to beat each other up. But it was funny. We had never seen anything like that before. You can't look at it through the prism of 2022 when we've had decades of the internet and high speed 5G and all this shit. This was at the beginning. There weren't a lot of things to watch on the internet, and bum fights was one of them. Shit was crazy. Nobody ever seen no one pay bums to beat each other up. But yeah, it was crazy, and it was the early 2000s. That's what we did. But I picked that picture for two reasons. It shows the psychosis and the depravity of most homeless people, and also if you're old enough, or if you were looking, if you were on the internet at the time, it's a little bit of nostalgia because you probably haven't seen or heard bum fights in a long time. But the title says it all. They're winning. Solutions? Huh? I do. I have a solution. But the homeless problem is completely out of control. We already know that, but there are a couple things that I saw a few things that I saw that just caused my jaw to drop. So one of them, I posted this on my Instagram page at JG Talk, but I wanted to talk about it here too. In Southern California, I think the newscast takes place in Sherman Oaks. I believe they say that in the beginning. It's in Southern California. And there are homeless people shitting on the sidewalk, throwing their shit onto people's cars, accosting, harassing, usual homeless activities. But you'll hear a word in there, and it's a lefty PC term because you have to change the language. Okay, just like when they try to change pedophile to minor attracted. Well, minor attracted doesn't sound bad. Are they attracted a little bit, or are they attracted to minors? You don't even know. There's a little bit of confusion there, some wiggle room, gray area. And it's funny, the people that come up with this shit don't have much gray matter in this area. But anyway, and like that, they're doing it here. They're calling them unhoused. Oh, that's the problem. You just don't have a house. And same with homeless. I know we all use that word, but I got to come up with another. I got to train myself to use another word to describe them because it's not homeless. That makes it sound like the only thing they're missing, the final puzzle piece. This is a very intricate puzzle, like a puzzle of some crazy landscape or something, lots of flowers and leaves, like a 500-piece puzzle. Shout out to our friend Cassandra. She loves puzzles. But the final piece to this puzzle is just a home. If you could just put them inside of a home, watch this, guys. Here's my puzzle piece. Home. See, it's complete. They're whole. Gone are the voices in their heads and the addiction and the mental problems, or both, and the living in filth and squalor, violence. It's all gone. You just give them a home. Huh? Remember that scene in Happy Gilmore? You too good to go to your home, you stupid ball? Just a home. That's all they need. Little picket fence, a golden retriever. Huh? That's all they need is just a home. At one piece. And all of this would go away if you just gave them a home. Got to train ourselves to use different words. Unhoused. You piece of shit, you. Unhoused? Well, since you guys are bringing up Happy Gilmore quotes, one of my favorite parts is when, of course, when Ben Stiller playing the orderly comes in, she says, Sonny, can I trouble you for a warm glass of milk? It helps me go to sleep. He said, you can trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Now you will go to sleep or I will put you to sleep. Check the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma. And then all the old people are knitting like a sweatshop. And the lady comes up to him, can I take a break? My hand hurts. He's like, oh, really? Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just pulled 2 hours of landscaping duty. Anybody else's hands hurt? Last one. My third favorite part is when he meets up with Shooter McGavin in the bar. And he's like, Shooter McGavin says something and it rhymes. Something, or hey, I just may. Or some shit like that. He rhymes, and then Happy Gilmore's like, oh, yeah, why don't we lay by the bay? What do you say? And he breaks, Shooter McGavin says something to him. He breaks the beer bottle like he's going to stab him. And the girl says, Happy, what are you doing? He says, looking for the other half of this beer bottle. Oh, there's some there, some over there. Hilarious. Excuse me, guys. We got to laugh sometimes. You know what I mean? That shit was too funny. She said, my hands hurt. Well, now your back's going to hurt. Oh, you just don't see old people getting talked to like that anymore, you know? 90s come and get me. 1995, I'll be waiting outside on the sidewalk in front of my house with my suitcase. Come and get me. So, yeah, we'll talk about that shit, how California is just coming apart at the seams, or it continues to. And would you like $12,000? Yeah, I would. I can definitely use 12 G's right now with prices the way they are and inflation and whatnot. If we still do we still have inflation? It's not a recession. It depends on what definition they're using this week. I'd like 12 G's. Well, if you're one of 140 lucky homeless people in Denver, you will get $12,000. Hey, shut up, Denver taxpayer. Oh, what? You want $12,000 too? Too bad. You kept your shit together. You're living a good life. You didn't end up on the streets, so you don't deserve it. But you will pay. 140 homeless in Denver will get 12 G's. And this one here is my favorite because this story alone will give you that single drop of anger blood that you're looking for. It usually comes from the nose. It can come from the eyes, and it can come from the ears. If it comes from anywhere else, that's not anger blood. Okay, but this story right here has it all. It's the San Francisco Bike Coalition. If you say that 3 times in a row, you will get monkeypox. Okay, that's one of the worst titles I've ever heard in my life. The San Francisco Bike Coalition. I feel like they all have bells that they work with their thumbs. Bring, bring on your left. So the San Francisco Bike Coalition says, don't call the police when your bike is stolen. What, you don't want to overwhelm the police? They're dealing with so many other things. You don't think they would have time for a low-level crime like a stolen bike? Don't be ridiculous. Of course that's not why. It's because it hurts Black and brown people disproportionately. That's why. So if you get your bike stolen and some Black dude or some Mexican dude did it, eat it. Go buy a new one. Shut up. And we're going to get into all the delicious little racist morsels that are in this story. Okay? You probably have some of them bouncing around in your head right now. Hold that. Like we used to say in the Navy, hold that. Wait one. Okay? We'll get to it. I know what you're thinking. But don't report stolen bikes because it hurts Black and brown people. Here's another one of those words that they hijacked and made us not want to hear it ever again. Disproportionately. Ugh. And we live in a time that's fraught with crazy shit. Everywhere you look, somebody's saying crazy shit. Somebody's doing crazy shit. Well, here's another one. Okay? You can take this big old log of crazy shit and throw it on the crazy shit bonfire. Illegals, one more time. Illegals to sue Governor DeSantis for sending them to Martha's Vineyard. I'm going to start this off by saying, forgive me. You know my simple, publicly educated mind. Okay? Don't expect much. But I thought that if you were an illegal, you didn't have the right to do that because you're illegal. You're not supposed to be here. So you can't sue people and get money for it because you're illegal. You know what this reminds me of? One time when I was a kid, I'm trying to tell you a story. Man, I must have been 8 or 9 years old or something. And sometimes the planets align for you even though you're in trouble. And I got in trouble for something, probably school related, but it happened to fall on, I think it was my brother's birthday, and he wanted pizza. Well, my parents weren't gonna enjoy pizza and not let me have some. So I get to have pizza, even though I'm in trouble. So I'm already doing good. I'm not supposed to have, I definitely wouldn't be having pizza if it wasn't for my brother's birthday, because that was special. When you have pizza, I think, man, maybe twice we ordered pizza growing up. And it fell on his birthday, so cool, I'm in trouble, but I get to have pizza. But like I said, I was 8 or 9, so the part of my brain that says, hey, shut up, don't ruin it, that part hadn't developed yet. It's still underdeveloped. Because I thought it was a good idea to say, I don't like that topic. Can we get this one? And they say, if looks could kill. If looks could kill, I would have fallen on the ground right there. A tombstone would have popped up behind me, and somehow dirt would have been over me because I would have died from the way that my mom looked at me. And she was like, you're lucky to be getting anything. Be quiet. So I have that same sentiment here. You're here in our country illegally. Shut the fuck up. You can't sue anybody because you're an uninvited guest. Do you know what the average person does to an uninvited guest? Do you know what usually happens to somebody that breaks into someone else's home? I got good gun stories coming out the yin-yang about what happens. But we're allowing you to suckle from our red, white, and blue tea, and you complain about the flavor of this freedom milk? We're going to talk about that, guys. Adrian Harries, thank you very much. Says, I'm back from DeSantis country, Miami Beach, showing love from Kiltimore. Be more. Hey, man, keep your head low and run. Okay, that's all I can say to anybody that lives in Baltimore. I remember going to Baltimore in 2003 with my mom. That was the first time. Oh, and another thing. On the way to Baltimore with my mom, my 4'11" Army veteran nurse mom, who do you think they pulled to the side for a search for bombs and shit? My mom. One of the many reasons I do not like the TSA. What a waste. My mother. Anyway, my mom's from Baltimore, so made me think about this. But so that was the first time I had actually seen crack being dealt live in real life. Seen it a million times with TV movies, you know, news stories or whatever. First time I ever seen somebody deal crack in real life, and I saw it 100 times. Also, the first time, her family lives on Penrose Avenue. So I don't know if you know where that is, but like many places, it wasn't like that. My mom shows me pictures from when she was a kid. Everybody has stoops, like stairs and stuff in front of their house. Kids would clean them for money. It was nice. It was a working class neighborhood. It was all good, but over the years, it's turned into a war zone. So across from my cousin's nice house, she's like my second or third cousin. She's my mom's age. Nice house, right across the street, crack, crime, shit, right? She's been in the house forever. Also, it was the most ghetto place I'd ever been in my life up until that point. I've been in ghetto places since then, but that was like, whoa, what? I'm sorry. What did you say? And I might have told this story on here before, but it's been a while. So if you're new, here we go. So my stepdad and I are in a liquor store, and I smoked at the time, so I was in there to get some cigarettes. And we're standing in line, and there's myself and my stepdad, and there's a white guy standing in front of us, and about 2 or 3 people back is this young street tough, right? Some hoodlum. The white guy had some papers sticking out of his pocket. I was standing closer so I could see it was like a checkbook or something, but it wasn't cash. The future felon of America standing behind us, he comes up to where now he's next to us. And he leans forward and he looks at the what's in the guy's pocket, and he goes, at this volume that I'm talking right now, he says these words in front of a store full of people. And I quote, "Oh man, I thought that was some money. I was about to rob that motherfucker." End quote. That's what he said out loud in public in front of other humans. So that was the first time I ever experienced anything like that. So when he says kill Tamor, he means it. Please be safe. I mean that. GS, thank you. He says, Aunt Pearl told homeless people to go home. That's right. Well, look, you guys all remember that. A few months back where these homeless people were down at some county building or something to get some benefits, and the benefits weren't available for some reason, and Maxine Waters was there for some reason. Maybe she had a gig impersonating James Brown near there. But she tells the people, look, it ain't going to happen. They don't got it, so go home. And one of them said, we ain't got no home. Hence, homeless, dummy. That's right. Maybe that's what people should do. Go out to the hordes of homeless zombies and say, do your best Tracy Ullman impersonation. Go home. Go home. And then they're like, oh, shit, they'll just pick up this time. Like, yeah, go home. Good one, Maxine, you idiot. You idiot. Joe Montana's a quarterback, you idiot. Oh, my goodness. And she's been, guys, I don't want to rush that anger blood out of your nose, eyes, or ears, but she's been in office since 1991. Think of how old you were in 1991. Take a second. 1991. 30 years ago. 31 years ago, whatever. Remember that? Remember how young you were? That's when she got into office, when I was 11. She got into office when I was 11. Okay? Yeah, do that, guys. See if you're putting their ages in there. How old were you in 1991? I was 11. That's when she got into office. Look what's happened to Los Angeles. Kai Johnson, there's no way you were negative. Yeah, I guess you weren't born. Damn, you're young. He said he had 7 years before he even got here. You were born when I graduated high school? Shit. Roarbacks, 23. DJ John T, 22. Tammy A, 18. Mental Medalist Wife, 16. John James, 6. A lot of young cats up in here. Matthew's Business, 15. Rick Zweig, 22. Scott Calais, 15. Kenneth Jackson, 14. We were all youngsters. Some of us like Pickman and Kai Johnson weren't even here yet. That's when she got into office, guys, and she's done nothing. 93% of school-age children in her district cannot do math at grade level. Sad, huh? Sad as shit, huh? Uh-huh. Lala HK, or None the Miser is 15. He said, no, I'm sorry, I misread that. He said Joe was 105. Barely, he had just turned 105, January 1st, 1990. Lala HK, third grade, so you're what, 8? You don't say it was 3? I'm glad to see we got a lot of young people in here. That's awesome. Michelle Hespeler, I was 1. Still pretty young. Yeah, you are. Enjoy it. Let's see. Robert Krober Jr. is 28. Time machine, please. And take me with you. When you're ready to go, let me know. Shoot me a comment in here, Robert. I'm coming with you, man. GS says, wasn't even born in 91. Randy's 16. Heidi Boo, 17. And a bad wild kid. I bet you were. I bet. Hope you've calmed down now. Don Zucksworth, 26. Daniel Orr, 18. Brian King B. Falcon, 8. Chozo Ghost, 15. Chazo, did I say that wrong? I know you gave me a super chat. You told me how to say it and I forgot. Forgive me. Pickman's born in 94. Damn, man, don't say that. Don't say stuff like that. Michael Hassman, 21. Mandy Westcott, 6. John James, 6. Wife was a newborn. Oh, you got your little tenderoni, huh? It's weird when you say it like that. Your wife was a newborn. Andrew Justice, 26. Compost Corner, 30. J Hell, 21. See, you get the point. That woman's been in there that long, and she is an absolute failure. Failure. Cole 11, Jenny N. I'm sorry, Cole 12, Jenny N. 11. Yeah, we're about the same age. But the nerve of people like that to be such a failure and to say shit in front of a hot mic and a live camera, like telling a group of homeless people, hey, just go home. Okay. Jackass. Enough of these dummies. Well, not enough. We'll talk more about them, but how about some good gun, huh? How about a little rainbow in this storm? So this one says, attempted robbery victim shoots, kills attacker in Haight-Ashbury incident, sources say. Dramatic, and if you don't know where Haight-Ashbury is, that's in San Francisco. Some say that's where the hippie movement started. What a 180 they did. From, daisy headbands and peace man and the round sunglasses and bell bottoms, make love, not war, man, to what we're about to talk about. Dramatic new details are coming to light in a homicide that happened in a San Francisco neighborhood popular among tourists. The incident occurred around 1 p.m. Thursday along Haight Street and not only left one man dead, but another badly injured. Myzelia Rose said, we heard, duh, 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 duh. I never heard anybody do a gunshot like that. But D-U-H, 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 D-U-H. Reenacting gunshots. And then she went outside to see 2 people hurt. Multiple sources tell ABC7 news anchor Dion Lim the man who was shot and killed is 21-year-old Samuel Jessup Burciaga, and known by his friends and family as Sammy. See how they're spinning it? This dude attempted to rob somebody, was killed in the process, but his name was Sammy. He was known by his friends and family by Sammy. Sources say he and another man tried to rob someone. Uh-oh. A struggle ensued, and that would-be robbery victim was able to wrangle a gun from Jessup Burciaga and shoot him in the face. Burciaga fell on top of the man as another person fired shots. The person who was being robbed was injured. Burciaga was pronounced dead. So maybe it was his homeboy who was shooting at the dude that shot his homeboy, is what it sounds like. And there's a picture here, and it's BART, which is the train that runs through San Francisco. I think it goes all the way down to like Gilroy. For those of you that don't know, that's about an hour and a half away from San Francisco. So it runs pretty far, but it goes all through San Francisco. And it's BART, street, sidewalk, body on the sidewalk, business, huge buildings right here. So this isn't taking place in the ghetto or the barrio. It's taking place downtown where the money is made. Yellow sheet over the victim. I spoke to those who knew Burciaga and were adding flowers to his memorial. They said they didn't want to comment and requested privacy. There have been a number of high-profile shootings in this area in recent weeks. Matthew Hay Chapman, a resident, says it's been going on in the last couple of months. I suspect the worst. Says this includes a gunfight that broke out along Haight and Central just a few blocks away. Several days ago, bullets riddled businesses and homes in the area. Police say it was gang-related. So you're out here trying to make it hard for me to get a damn BB gun, and the gangbangers are the ones out here shooting people. Why don't you worry about their guns? Sources say Burciaga was a known gang member with an extensive criminal history, including multiple burglary and gun charges as recently as last year in October. Known gang member, rap sheet, long as the day. And this is what happened. They always say it ends up in dead or in jail. As questions remain on why Burciaga was out on the streets, residents in the Haight-Ashbury community are worried about the future of their neighborhood. It says, unfortunately, the city doesn't have a good reputation, says Rose. No, the city has a horrible reputation because it's full of violence and feces. That's never how you want to be described. It's full of violence and feces. But that's what San Fran shithole is. Needles and shit, California. The shitty city by the bay. So this guy rolled up on somebody. They weren't having it. They got into a tussle. Luckily, the robbery victim lived. They did get shot, but they lived. And this dude, Burciaga, got killed. He got shot in his face. What do you expect? Is the sound cutting in and out? I see, hold on. Who was that? The Pleminator. Is my sound all right? Give me a thumbs up in the comment section if it is. Sounds okay to me. Sounds good in my headphones. You guys let me know. Thumbs up. Please. Guys, please. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you. The MVE MVP. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, sounds good. Sorry, Pleminator. Sounds like it's a personal problem. So, like, check your sound. People who talk like that should be slapped once a week until they stop. So that was good gun, people. And that's a bit of a twist because that was a gun that started out bad, but then it turned good because it got to a good person's hands. See how that works? It's only a tool. Depends on who's using it. Never mind. You know what? Someone, Pleminator says, shitty service. Tell me about it, man. Oddball. He says grape nuts were hard to chew. That reminds me, when I was a kid, like what, the 80s and 90s, when grape nuts, every commercial you turn on, grape nuts, grape nuts, grape nuts. And they pour it into a bowl, they pour the milk. That shit looked good. I was like, man, I want to try grape nuts. And if you don't remember what they are, they were like little, it looked like something you put in the bottom of like a rabbit cage to soak up their waste. Like these little, they weren't even like round or nothing. They were just, I'm trying to think of what they look like. I don't even know. Like they almost look like they almost look like steel cut oatmeal before you cook it. Socrates can, yes. Grape nuts taste like crap. That's what I'm getting to. So yeah, pellets. Thank you, Mandy Westcott. Like pellets, like you put in like a fucking one of them Amish smokers that they make, like pellets. But it didn't look like that on TV. It looked good. I was like, great. Then I'll have like, they'd have like some sliced strawberry on top. I was like, oh yeah, great nuts. Here we go. So I think I went to a friend's house or something, and they had grape nuts. I was like, oh, can I have some? And I should have known when the parent was like, yeah, you want grape nuts? Like, you're a child. You're supposed to not want this shit. Nathan Taylor says, I love grape nuts. Hey, there you go. Somebody's got to be on that island, Nathan. There you go, man. No judgment here. So I pour a healthy bowl because I think I want it. Pour the milk and shit. Oh, no. Grape nuts are horrible. They taste like wood and dirt and health. It was disgusting to the mouth of a 9-year-old. Ew. It's like old people cereal. It's what you eat to stay regular. If you have problems shitting and just eat grape nuts, you won't have a problem anymore. Pure fiber. I was like, man, I was pissed. But at that particular friend's house, they didn't waste food. So guess who had to power through that big-ass bowl of grape nuts? Me. That shit was horrible. I even sprinkled a little sugar on it. Oh, man. You want to punish your kids? Give them a bowl of grape nuts. Shit was horrible. Never again. You got me, advertisement. Whoever was who had the ad campaign for grape nuts, you nailed it. It's probably the same ad company that did the ads for Kicks. Remember Kicks? Kid tested, mother approved. Kicks taste like shit. Kicks were like cereal that was going to be sugary, but then they took it off of the assembly line and boxed it before it got to the sugary part. It had potential. It had the look. It had the crunch. The box was even cool. I should have known when you would see the Kicks Christmas commercials, what was a little girl doing with the Kicks? She was putting them on a string, making ornaments for the tree. And that is what Kicks should be used for. Decoration, not consumption. You're almost there, Kicks. Throw some sugar on that shit. It would have been great. Damn, Kicks. Kid tested, mother approved. Of course your mother approved it because there was no sugar in it. I was pissed. I need therapy for that shit. I was mad as shit when I tasted them damn grape nuts. Can you imagine the excitement before I got that first spoonful? Here it is, grape nuts. You're in front of me now. Finally, all those great commercials. Damn Kicks. Anyway, guys, sorry to go off on a cereal rant, but it touched me. Speaking of touching, just kidding. Bad segue. This live stream is brought to you by MyPillow.com. Are you sleeping well? MyPillow can help you get the best night's sleep of your life. Wake up and feel well rested. MyPillow has hundreds of products now, including slippers, bathrobes, sleepwear, mattress covers, and mattresses. They're offering the best products ever for the best price ever. For example, standard size MyPillow regularly $69.98 with promo code Jericho, all caps. Now only $19.98. But it's not only your pillow, MyPillow, that can unlock great deals. Go to mypillow.com/Jericho. The link will be in the description box below. Promo code Jericho, all caps. Very important. We spend a huge portion of our lives in bed, so you might as well be comfortable. Steve Hilliard, you can join Nathan. Nathan Taylor, he said he loved grape nuts too. So far, you guys are the only ones. I think Quitting Time said they were good if you warm them up, but I never got to that point, Quitting Time. They lost me. First time I can't do it heated up now because you let me down out of the box. No thank you, grape nuts. Quitting Time also says, yes, Fruity Pebbles. Eat that shit as quick as possible. Fruity Pebbles are delicious. That's what Kicks should have been. Love Fruity Pebbles as a kid. I think my favorite cereal growing up, Captain Crunch, easy, with or without the Crunch Berries. Of course, I'm old enough to where they didn't have the Crunch Berries, and then they came out. Then they had the one that's all Crunch Berries. So I ate too many of the all Crunch Berries, and my shit was like blue. So that can't be good. But if I had to choose, yeah, Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries. Let them sit in there for a few minutes. Not to where they're soggy, but not so crunchy that they're carving the roof of your mouth. Saturday morning cartoons, a bowl of Captain Crunch with crunch berries. Take me now. Take me now, Lord. I'm done here on earth. That shit was delicious. Let's see. This is straight from a Canadian, eh? Best oatmeal ever, Mads. Okay, let's see. Add butter. Oh, hold on. Comments jumped on me. Okay, here we go. Add butter, maple syrup, of course, or honey, cinnamon, ginger, allspice, and pecans. Damn, that sounds good, Mads. Of course, maple syrup, you would say. Just kidding. A little Canadian humor. Okay. Cornflakes. Those are cool. Cornflakes are cool. Like Frosted Flakes without the sugar. Carbon says all berries are fire. Yeah, man, they tasted great, but coloring your waist, that might have something bad in it. Shredded wheat compost corner. Come on, not even frosted mini wheats. I remember those commercials. The frosted shredded wheat. On one side it had the frosting, the powdered sugar. On the other side it didn't. So the commercial was the frosted side was the kid. They're having fun. And they'd be like, first it would show the wheat side. It was an adult. I like I like mini wheats because they're good for you. And then when it went to the frosted side, he would turn into a kid, but he still have the adult clothes on, like a big ass suit and shit. But I like my frosted side because the frosted side was fun. Frosted mini wheats, I couldn't get down. I didn't like the texture, man. That shit was weird. That was like eating a Triscuit. If you just broke up a bunch of Triscuits in a bowl and put milk on it, that's what frosted mini wheats tasted like on one side. I'm cool with that. Yeah, misanthrope, it's a Captain Crunch will destroy the roof of my mouth. But they didn't stop you, did it? And it didn't stop you from drinking that delicious Captain Crunchy milk at the end. Guys, cereal milk? I think they make that shit now. I don't like that. Don't do that to me. Don't cut out the good part, the cereal you got to eat to get the cereal milk. You just going to give me the cereal milk already mixed up? Disgusting. But yeah, you get done with that big ass bowl of cereal and drink that milk. Oh, man. Delicious. Somebody said puffed rice? No, thanks. You must be an old soul. No kids eat puffed rice. Oh, Rance and Shan. Yes, remember Cookie Crisp? Cookie Crisp. Hell yeah, I remember that. Golden Grams. That's right, Tammy A. Golden Grams. Wasn't that with the bear? No, that's Super Golden Crisp. Can't get enough of Super Golden Crisp. Yeah, Golden Grams. Yeah, I remember those little squares. Remember Honey Smacks with the frog? Oh, Honey Smacks. Honey Smacks. My wife used to love Lucky Charms. I just didn't like the marshmallows. Like, just give me the Lucky Charms without the marshmallows. Yeah, I said it. Just give me the Lucky Charms, no marshmallows. This shit was gross. What was it? Alphabet? There was another Alphabet cereal. And it was kind of sweetened, but it was all letters. What was that cereal called? Again, I could look it up, but I want to interact with you guys. What was the one? It was Alphabet something. It came in a blue box, and it was a bunch of letters. Joe Curry says, never liked cereal. Damn, man, what happened? Alphabets. Yeah. Alphabets. Count Chocula. I wasn't a fan of chocolate cereals, John James. I respect it, though. I respect your love of chocolate cereals. Alphabets. Oh, man. Guys, are we ever going to get to this live stream? We're just going to talk about cereal and shit. I'm good either way. Stephen Catterall. That sounds like a drug. But he says Cheerios, LOL. I respect Cheerios. My mom used to give us Cheerios and she cut up bananas or strawberries in it. I respect the regular Cheerios, the yellow box Cheerios. But Honey Nut Cheerios, holla at your boy. Also, Raisin Bran, 2 scoops. Yeah, I'm down for that. Even though I didn't need all that damn bran and fiber when I was a kid, Raisin Bran was the shit. Shout out to Raisin Bran. Scott Collet, thank you. He says, does anybody remember Circus Fun with the marshmallow animals? That was the Bombay. I never heard of that one. Circus Fun. That sounds like one of them cereals that came in the bag. I never heard of Circus Fun. And there was another one. There was another cereal. It was like a grown-up cereal. And it was like, it looked like pellets, but they were like dark brown. Can't remember the name of it. They were dark brown, like fiber cereal shit that adults would eat. Gross. B Whiskey, thank you. I love sugar frosted flakes. Oh yeah, classic. When I was a kid, I would add milk to my sugar frosted flakes along with strawberry quick. What? I also did that with Captain Crunch. B Whiskey, where the hell were you when I was a kid? Why weren't we neighbors? Strawberry quick in your cereal? That's genius. Genius. Damn it. Why are you so late with this information, B Whiskey? Where was this 30 years ago? Damn it. Now I'm more mad. Why'd you tell me that? That's genius. A scoop of strawberry quick in your cereal? Damn it. I got it. Let me hide this before I get mad. Damn it. That's a good idea. Five Tone says Sugar Bear. Yeah, that was the golden, not Golden Grams. Like, yeah, I know what you mean. Have the gold box with the bear. Sugar Bear. I had a friend of mine growing up named Greg, but he got the nickname Sugar Bear because one time I think somebody brought donuts and he took a big old bite of that shit and he was like, what? And he had sugar all over his face. So we called him Sugar Bear. And that was it. From that moment on, we never called him Greg ever again. It was Sugar Bear. That was it. And one time in high school, I think I told this before, but he was in this group of friends. Halloween, they waited till the last minute. It was 1996. That movie Dead Presidents had come out. Let me show you in case you don't know. I'm sure a lot of you do know what movie that is. Dead President, 95. But remember, they painted their faces white and then around their eyes were black. So these fools waited till the last minute to come up with an idea, and it was a group of them. So they're like, yo, we'll be dead presidents. Oh, shit, that's cool. All you need is like a black jacket. Just wear all black and a black beanie and paint your face. That's dead presidents. But they couldn't find any black face paint. So these jackasses, this mothers, if you're the mother of a teenage boy, don't worry, okay? You're going to see him do shit that your female mind can't comprehend. You can't wrap your head around it. Fathers, if you have a teenage daughter, you don't know why she's crying. She's just crying. She doesn't know why she's crying. Or you're constantly like nudging your wife into the room. I don't know. Same thing. Mothers, you're going to see your son do things where you're just like, is his brain connected to the rest of his body? Does he have one? You're going to go into his room and be horrified. Just know he will change. He will grow up. He's hearing all the things you keep repeating to him 4,500 times a day. He'll be fine. He's normal. Okay? But my friends decided, well, since we can't find any black face paint, we'll use black shoe polish around our eyeballs. So these dummies put black shoe polish around their eyes and white face paint. It was all good. Day of at school, I think they might even won a group costume contest. I'm pretty sure they did. Weetabix, Compost Corner. That's what that shit was. Weetabix. Doesn't that sound horrible? That sounds like you should eat that sitting on the toilet because you're going to be going soon because all the fiber. But I think they use, I think they won a group Halloween contest. They looked great. The only problem was when they took the shoe polish off, it had chemically burned their skin. So they had like that, like they looked burnt. The next day when they took their fucking makeup off for like a week, they had like these burns around their eyes. The shit was so funny. Oh, that shit was funny. Roarback, colon blow. That's that shit. What was that? Dumb and Dumber. That's what he gave him when he was jealous of him meeting up with that girl. Oh, man. Good times in high school, man. Good times. Just dumb shit. Ooh, Robert Kish, cream of wheat. Don't get me started on no damn cream of wheat. That's my favorite hot cereal. Cream of wheat. Man, okay. Sorry, guys. Can we get to the business at hand? Man, I promise you guys, one of these days. Good point, Ken H. Sr. Says, what about Apple Jacks in the green box? I remember Apple Jacks. Those are cool. We didn't really buy those. Like, that's the cereal I had when I went to a friend's house or something. I had this friend, also my friend Greg, a.k.a. Sugar Bear. His dad was a prison guard, and his mom was a professional hairstylist. So they made great money. So he had everything. All the latest snacks, the fruit gushers, the Squeeze-Its, all the different snacks and crackers and cookies and all the shit you saw on TV, the cereals. He had 50 different cereals in his cabinet. I couldn't wait to go over to Sugar Bear's house to spend the night because I knew the next morning it was on like Donkey Kong. I didn't even know what to pick. Good times. All right. No more cereal talk, guys. Let's handle this. Shall we? So I want to start. It's audio. It goes for about 2 minutes. Not too long. But it really drives the point home. And it's in Southern California, California. This is where they call them unhoused. They're just unhoused, guys. Put a roof over their head. All of a sudden, time rewind. Their scruffy, disgusting beard will fall off. Their hair is going to shrink into a haircut. Their clothes, their ripped t-shirt is going to turn into a three-piece suit. What the hell's going on here? Hey, I talk like a normal guy now. I want to go to work. What's this briefcase in my hand? You think just putting a roof over their head is going to change everything? It's not. Because there have been countless times where they build facilities, like a $6 million facility in the town I used to live in Salinas. And they built the facility. What did he say in Field of Dreams? If you build it, they will come. Well, they built it and they didn't come. They didn't show up. So you have the $6 million facility at 25% capacity. It's because they don't want help. They want to be on drugs. They want to live the lawless life on the streets. That's what they want to do. They don't want to get sober. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to go through the withdrawals. They don't want to do it. They want to live on the street and be fucked up and do what they want. Why not? It's human nature to take the path of least resistance. And if nobody's telling you to clean your shit up, nobody's making you do it, you're not going to do it. I'm sure we all know drug addicts and alcoholics and shit in our family who, no matter how bad their life would get, no matter what situation you found them in, passed out, vomit, all fucked up, losing weight, stealing, all the shit that dope fiends and alcoholics do, fucking their lives up. All the times you talk to them, you help them, you drop them off at rehab, you keep forgiving them, you give them money. Everything you try to do to them, it don't do shit, does it? Does nothing because they don't want to change. Justin Weeks, that's right, Slab City. There's a place called Slab City. I believe it's somewhere in California. I want to say Southern California. And it's a place where the law doesn't exist. It's like a homeless community. Or I didn't even call them homeless. This is like this renegade off the grid community. And now it's here. So no matter what you do to somebody, it doesn't matter. Or what somebody does to themselves, it doesn't matter. If they don't want to change, they're not. They don't mind waking up in their own piss and shit every day and smelling like it. And smelling as such everywhere they go. They don't care. We can't understand that. Even if, and the only way you could understand that is if you were an addict, you were addicted to drugs, or you were an alcoholic and you got to that point. That's the only way you can understand that. Because other than that, you know why they do it, but you don't understand. So these people live like that. I did a 13-year case study with Trader Joe's downtown Monterey. I've seen them. Some of them, you can smell them before you see them. They don't care. So check this out. Listen to this. It's only a couple minutes long, if that. This is letting you know what's going down in Southern California, Sherman Oaks. And I'm pretty sure Sherman Oaks, don't they film stuff there? They probably film shit everywhere in Southern California. Or am I thinking of Sherman Oaks? Maybe I'm thinking somewhere else. Or maybe I'm right. Who knows? Listen to this shit.
You want to have a fight?
In Sherman Oaks, California.
You think I'm playing when I say you gotta die? You really gotta die. You're gonna die.
The homelessness crisis.
You gotta get your half-naked ass out of my restaurant right now.
As business owners closing up shops and employees fearing for their safety. They've dealt with fires caused by the unhoused, aggression on a daily basis.
I found another woman dead in the fire.
I fear for my staff. I fear for my guests. I don't know from one day to another what's going to happen.
Like this man who openly defecates on Ventura Boulevard, and on this day tosses a bag of his bodily waste onto business owner Paul Scrivano's SUV.
Every single day, every single morning, I'm wiping that off my property before I have to do business.
Sir, why are you throwing feces at people?
Who?
You threw feces at this gentleman.
This guy has to understand. I'm half paralyzed. I'm blind. I have no car for 9 years.
We offer to help the man with services for the homeless, but... Sir, do you need help? The city is offering help.
Every day is like another adventure of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It is like a psych, literally a psych ward.
Scrivano, owner of Blue Dog Beer Tavern, has had about all he can take.
That's okay. Pooping on the street, peeing on the street, having sex on the street, making threats without a weapon is okay now.
Many business owners are at their wits' end. They're not getting the responsiveness that they need and that they deserve.
Attorney Larry Slade is the chair of the Homelessness Committee for the Sherman Oaks Homeowners Association.
Individual homeless people will camp out in front of a store, make it their home, bring their possessions, use it as a bedroom, use it as a bathroom. In the morning when the business owners come to open up, they have to try to deal with a homeless person literally blocking entrance to their business. And then they have to deal with cleaning up hazardous waste right in front of their business, right in Sherman Oaks, right on Ventura Boulevard.
It's mostly the criminal aspect of the homeless and unhoused.
Theo Mavro is the owner of the Sherman, a restaurant bar. He says customers enjoying their meals are constantly harassed.
Literally come by and just grab something and carry on. That happens all the time.
And even more disturbing is the violence. Theo's host was recently involved in an incident.
So my manager had to step in the middle and get the person off of her, and he got hit, he got assaulted, and one of the guests got hit in the face. This happens.
While we were conducting interviews on Ventura Boulevard, we repeatedly offered to connect the unhoused with much-needed services. Do you need help?
Do you need help?
Eva, are you okay? Do you need any help? You're not interested in housing? No. Okay, thank you, sir. Scrivano points to an obvious fact. Many unhoused people are in desperate need of mental health assistance. Scrivano says leaving them out on the streets like this is simply irresponsible, cruel, and dangerous for everyone. In your opinion, what's the solution?
The solution is that person who thinks he works for the FBI and who terrorizes my neighborhood is given the choice as to whether he wants housing or not. It's not a choice anymore. When people are suffering, you give them care. If they're really suffering, you pull them into care, or you lose them.
These frustrated Sherman Oaks business owners say they've repeatedly called police and city officials. They say their pleas for help have fallen on deaf ears.
There is anger in the community. It is palpable, and we want it addressed proactively, and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that that happens, including leaning on any elected official.
LA City Councilwoman Nithya Raman represents the 4th District, which includes Sherman Oaks. Business owners say they have repeatedly called, emailed, and tagged her on social media posts. Scrivano sends her office videos of the homeless making threats and going to the bathroom on Ventura Boulevard. Scrivano says he was told to stop sending such graphic material.
Nithya Raman does not care. She does not care.
The reality is that people who are experiencing homelessness are still individuals who are there on the streets because they don't have a home.
We caught up with Councilwoman Raman at a public event after fruitless attempts to set up an interview. The business owners are tired of having someone block their business. How would you like it if somebody threw feces at you?
I mean, I obviously would not like it. And to anybody who's experiencing these issues, I have the deepest of sympathies and empathy. This issue is a humanitarian crisis, and it's a crisis for the entire city of Los Angeles.
Raman says the only way to solve this crisis is to fix the problem that leads to homelessness. And that, she says, is lack of housing.
No matter how many times you move them from one location, they are still people who don't have homes. And so they're simply going to move down the street.
Where's the compassion? Where is the compassion in leaving someone on the street when they clearly cannot help themselves in any way?
And I don't believe that anyone who is suffering from mental illness should not be receiving the care that they deserve.
But with only one mental health outreach team in the San Fernando Valley funded by the county, too many people are staying exactly where they are without any help.
We cannot exceed the right.
I can't hear any more of that bullshit. Hold up. There are so many things in here. Number one, back in the beginning, in the video, there's a dude, an old man, probably in his early 60s, pants off, no pants. They got to blur out his dick. He has a plastic bag under him. He shits in the bag and then runs over and throws it on the hood of that dude's car. And he's not in jail? Isn't that a bio attack? Isn't that some kind of assault? That dude should, and the guy, the business owner, he's a big dude, much bigger than that homeless dude. I'd have grabbed that motherfucker by the back of his neck, and I'm going to treat you like a dog that shit in the hallway. I'm going to put your face in it. So maybe you'll learn not to do this anymore. You're getting a face, a mouth, a nose full of your own shit. That is disgusting. Did you hear that bitch at the end? She said the cause of homelessness is lack of housing. That makes you think that these are just people well put together, just like me and you. We bathe, we shower, we shave, we brush our teeth. We're just sitting there in this big pile of our belongings, just waiting for a house. It's just a house. If we just built more houses, they're building 300 houses right here. This is one housing development. On the other side of the highway, they're building thousands. My mom was here last week. We're talking. They're putting in 5,000 homes over there. Don't tell me it's a lack of housing. It's a lack of enforcement. People shitting and pissing on the sidewalk. Like this is Beijing. Assaulting people. I don't know if you can hear that guy, but the guy in the beginning was saying, you're going to die. He said, I better not find one more woman's head in that box. What did you say? She went up to 3 different people. Do you want help? One woman said, do you want help? Someone else laying down on the sidewalk, not laying along the wall so they're not taking up the sidewalk. Legs out in the damn sidewalk. And Sherman Oaks, this is a nice town. Like a little college town. Down the street, you got all these pubs and bars and shops and antique shops and shit, boutiques. The guy who owned the restaurant, the Australian dude, said people would just walk by and grab food off of people's plates and keep walking. How are these homeless people taking over and they have no power? They have no income. They have no property. Most of them are mentally ill and on drugs. How are they taking over an entire city? Cities. How is that? They must have somebody on the inside. They must have people like this feckless moron, whatever her name was, that city council person who's in charge of that shit. What a loser. You're worthless. So if things are this bad with you in there, what the fuck do we need you for? You're doing nothing. It'd be better off if you turned it over to the citizens. You protect the city, you clean it up. That's when you'll see results. That's when you'll see these homeless people packing up what little things they have and getting the fuck out of Sherman Oaks. Because the people aren't having it. But apparently the politicians are. Why? Because they don't live there. How long do you think it would take for something to happen if somebody went to that councilwoman's house or the congresswoman of that area or the senator or the governor and shit on their porch? Do you think you could even get to Gavin Newsom's house? You think you could get to Gavin Newsom's porch? Don't you think there might be multiple layers of security keeping you from getting there? But let's say you made it. Let's say you're running slow motion. Security's on your ass. Squiggly earpieces and all. And you make it to the porch. They're about 50 yards behind you. Garter shirt. And you make it. You get your pants down and you're putting chocolate shaving cream all over his porch. Nice frothy one. Right? What do you think is going to happen to you? Do you think they're going to say, hey, don't do that, man? Or do you think your ass is going to jail for a long time because of all the charges they're going to put on your ass? They'll put charges on you you've never heard of if you shit on the governor's porch. Now, I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying the next time you're near Gavin Newsom's house, you should relieve yourself on his porch multiple times if possible. I'm not saying that. And I'm also not saying if you're near there, you should defecate in your hand and toss it like a corn and peanut grenade over his wall. You know he has a wall. I'm not saying you should do that. That's disgusting. Where are you going to wipe your hand? How are you going to wipe your ass? All these questions. But rest assured, if you were to do that at one of their houses, you'd be in big trouble. But if you shit in front of this business owner's business every day, when he pointed to the guy and said, this guy thinks he works for the FBI, it was a guy laying with his face in the corner on the sidewalk. Crazy as shit. I think it was the same guy saying that you're going to die. Kai Johnson says, didn't someone do that to Pelosi? I think it was a pig's head or something they threw over there. But they didn't find the person. But they can find these people. This guy has them on tape shitting in front of his business. And you heard what they said. When he sends it to the lady, she emails him back, stop sending me gross pictures. What? Stop sending you gross pictures. Stop this dude from shitting for real. Forget a picture. Stop this dude from shitting in front of my business. I got to get there early to clean up the dookie before I open the doors. Remember that squad they have in San Francisco called the Poop Squad? Their job is to go through the city in the wee hours of the morning to clean all the feces and filth off the street before the city wakes up. How dare you? How dare you tell him to stop sending you gross pictures of your district? Do something about it, you asshole. But it's falling on deaf ears, so get rid of those ears. Get some new ears. Don't you think if deaf people could get a brand new hearing system, they would? Yeah. Well, if they're not hearing you and they're not listening to you, get rid of them. And you should have seen the look on her face when they caught up to her at a public event. She was like, ugh. Why are you here? If you have people in your district who are dealing with feces and violence, why are you sitting on a wall all dressed cash at a public event? You don't have time. You need to be like those police precincts when there's a high-profile case in a movie. What do you see? Ties loosened, sleeves rolled up, pizza boxes, and old Chinese food containers. You know why? Because they're not going anywhere until the shit is done. You need to adopt the same attitude. You worthless sons of bitches. Worthless. What are you doing? If you're not keeping your citizens safe, what are you doing? And I have a solution. And the guy kind of alluded to it in the video. Take them. We will give you an opportunity to put yourself into treatment. And if you don't, we're going to take you and put you there. You're going. You're going to a mental health facility. You're going to jail, or you're going to prison, or you're going to the health facility first, then jail. I don't know, whatever combination. You're getting out of here. We're going to take possession of you. Yes, that is what I'm saying. Somebody, some organization needs to go out and remove the homeless people. If you don't want to better yourself, turn your life around, get clean. And the guy that was in that the thumbnail for Bum Fights, he is clean now. He's a property manager and he's a homeless advocate. So it can be done. Some of you here in this comment section have done it yourself. You know people who have. It can be done. But if you don't want to clean yourself up and get the fuck off the street and stop terrorizing us, then you got to go. My mom used to tell me, son, if you don't make the right decisions, somebody is going to make those decisions for you. That's what we have to do. But they're all scared. Oh, we called. And then what about their rights? What about our rights? What is it? It's the stupid papers. It's some papers that a bunch of racist slave owners got together and they wrote some shit down and then they signed it at the bottom. I can't remember. The name of the document escapes me, but I do know that leftists hate it. But in there it says we have the right to the pursuit of happiness. So we have a right, a God-given, inalienable right to the pursuit of happiness. I'm sure, I can guarantee you, I don't even know that dude. I don't even know that dude, that business owner down in Sherman Oaks, California. I can guarantee you this. When he gets there in the morning and has to clean up that guy's shit, he's not pursuing happiness. He's not happy. He's not rushing out to her, honey, where are you going? Got to go clean up the homeless shit, babe. Oh, lucky you. I want to go. Dad, can we come? No. You're not guaranteeing us our pursuit of happiness. And again, the documents escape me. The Constantine. Is that what it is? I don't know. What about that? What about our rights, you fuckers? You seem to be enjoying our rights. You don't deal with this shit. Y'all bet you're pursuing lots of happiness in your neighborhoods and where you go shopping. Now, I haven't learned the hoity-toity fancy areas around here where I live. I know in eastern Sacramento, there's a place called the Fabulous 40. That's a very nice neighborhood. But where I used to live, there was a town called Carmel. You might have heard of it, Carmel by the Sea. I lived in that area my whole life. I've been to Carmel a few times. I ain't never seen no homeless people there. There's a place, shout out to my man Tom, even more hoity-toity than that. It's called Pebble Beach. It's a gated community, meaning on each end, on each entrance, there's a little hut, you know, those little looks like a shed where they got the people in there, a little ranger hat. Hey, where you headed? This is what they ask you. Where you headed? You give them the address. When I used to work for Sherwin-Williams delivering paint, I'd have to tell them the address of the place I was going. All right, cool, go ahead. And if you weren't going to a specific place, and let's say you wanted to pass through, you had to pay, and this is when I last went there a few years ago. It could be even more. It's called, you had to pay $11.75 to go through there, or $10.75. Say $10. $10. If you want to drive through there and look at the houses, all the celebrities got a bunch of houses in Pebble Beach, Spyglass Hill. What's the other one? The Lodge at Pebble Beach, AT&T, Pro-Am, all that shit. That's in Pebble Beach. If you want to go drive through there, that's $10. But you better have a destination. There were no homeless people in Pebble Beach. And if there is, security, Pebble Beach security, can you hold please? Brrr, Pebble Beach security, can you hold please? They're answering the phones with their feet. There's so many phone calls coming in. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to locate that homeless person and remove them immediately. My daughter had a friend when she went to school in Marina. The mom was a Marina PD and the dad was Carmel PD. They were responsible for 1 square mile and they had their own police department. That's what kind of money was in Carmel. And you know what those residents of Carmel had? They had the police chief's personal cell phone number. And you know what the police chief told the police department? If you get a call from one of these people, you get there in a fucking hurry and you handle whatever the problem is. Money. We need to affect these people's means to make money, these politicians, make them lose their job. So it can be done. Homeless people can be kept out. They need to be removed. You can't live on the street. If you try to be a small, I'm just trying to stay out of your way. I'm not going to be on the sidewalk. I'm over here in the corner in the bushes. You can't even see me. I want homeless people in ghillie suits. I can't even see you. You're not begging people for money. You're not harassing people. You're not yelling and screaming shit so people get butterflies in their stomach the closer they get to you before they walk past you because they don't know what the fuck you're going to do. No more of that shit. I don't want to see any homeless people. Well, that's fucking rude. I don't care. I don't want you scaring my kids. Daddy, what are they saying? What are they going to do? I don't want that shit anymore. Fuck you guys. Well, what about the nice homeless people who don't do this? Show me them. Because that's not what I see by my local Walmart. Remember the guy who was walking across the intersection in front of my truck doing this? Sig Heil? Huh? Why should I have to deal with that? Why? Why do I have to smell your filthy, disgusting ass when I'm out somewhere? Why? Why do I got to see your ass crack? Why do I got to see your dick? Why do I got to see your gross, elongated titties? Why? Why do I got to see your toothless, meth mouth, disgusting, crazy, unstable ass when all I'm trying to do is go to the grocery store? Why? What about my rights? That shit's disgusting. Homeless people need to be picked up off the streets. That's what needs to happen. That's the only thing that can help. There's money out there. California got a $90 billion surplus in our budget. Do you think it costs $90 billion to eradicate homelessness in California? No. But they're not going to do a damn thing until they are ousted from their positions, till they start getting voted out. You want to stop homelessness? That's what we have to do. Joyce Decker, that's a great point. Says Jericho, just have the Super Bowl near you. They'll move them. You damn right. Just like they did in Brazil and China. Cleaned everything up. There were no starving people. There was no violence. Ooh, this is nice. They can do that shit. Let that money come in. Them homeless people will disappear. Alakazoo, alakazam. Where'd they go? How'd you do that? This David Blaine and David Copperfield, all of these homeless people. Remember when David Copperfield made a fucking building disappear? You can make a building disappear, but this guy is still shitting on the sidewalk? Sounds weird. John James says Jericho's homeless plan is, hold on, comments jumped on me. Jericho's homeless plan is irradiation, his final solution. I guess. Whatever, as long as they're gone. I'm not talking about taking the people and fucking gassing them, but they gotta go, period. I have every right to enjoy all these tax-funded amenities in my area, and anybody else does. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Get rid of them. Get them out of here. Why not? Why do we got to suffer? Why are we into this, the many suffering for the few? That's why we got this Ku Klux Trans bullshit. What are you talking about? These people are 0.06% of the population. Yet I see you everywhere. The occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is shouting you out. Huh? When did that shit happen? Man, these people out of their damn minds. That's what I say. Disagree if you will. Yep, Alcatraz is available. They didn't have a problem putting people there back in the day. Why you got a problem putting them there now? I couldn't think of a better place I'd want to be housed by the state than America. That may be changing, but as of right now. Order of light. When are you going to run for a local city council, Jericho? That's a good idea. But the only reason, I'd say the main reason that I haven't ran for any kind of politics is because my kids are so young. And, you know, shit gets kind of mean in those campaigns and whatnot. But I'm thinking about it. You know, if it strikes me that I want to do that and my family supports me, I'll definitely do it. But it's just something's got to change now. Yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow. Insane asylums were made for these dangerous bums. Yeah, what happened? What happened? Kenneth Jackson, a very play comment, but I'll read it anyway. It says, Jericho Green, I bet that homeless man who threw shit on people had some great nuts. Yeah, he probably did. He had a big old bowl that morning. Should see that shit. No pun intended. He had a plastic bag on the ground. He shit in it and then walked over and threw it on this dude's windshield. What do you think would happen? Wild, Wild West, 1850. You take a shit and then walk over and throw it on somebody's horse. That's their mode of transportation back then. What do you think that gun would do? That guy would do? What do you think that horse owner would do? What do you think they would do back then if a guy owned a business, a general store, and every morning he shows up and you're taking a shit in front of his store? What do you think would happen? I'll tell you what happened. What would happen? At high noon, I need to holler at you in the middle of the street because you can't be doing that. That's disgusting. That's against the societal rules. Hell, he probably wouldn't even wait till high noon. That dude would probably take his gun out and blast that fool right there on the sidewalk. And the sheriff would come up and be like, "Where's some bitch? Who's going to pick him up?" Case closed. That is foul. That is foul. That's some third world rickshaw shit. In America, not only in America, in an American major city. Sherman Oaks, Southern California, period. You know the money that's down there? In a civilized nation, we have people defecating on the streets and no consequence? What the? What? That blows my mind, man. I can't. And calling them unhoused. Because it's just, if they just only had a roof over their head, none of this would happen. The voices would go away, the addiction, everything. Now, let's get more mad, shall we? I think we should. Denver set to give 140 homeless people up to $12,000 cash as part of a basic income program. Let me ask you something. Those of you, and you don't have to post anything on the comment section if you don't want to, if you want to keep your privacy or whatever. I won't judge you. I won't hate on you. And I would hope nobody else would. But those of you within the sound of my voice, if you were ever horribly addicted to drugs, I'm talking life falling apart, no job, just bad, or whatever, just addicted to drugs, what would you do if at the height of your addiction, or I should say at the depths of your addiction, what would you have done if somebody came up to you and gave you $12,000 cash? You would think you would take this money and go, you know what? This is enough money to give me a springboard into a clean life. I'm going to get off the streets. I'm going to stop doing dope, and I'm going to get my life back. Now, of course, that's what you hope people would do. But let's be real. Can we be real? Is this a safe space for realness? Yeah. Like it says in the comment section. Who said that? DC says, Christmas time for the drug dealers. Yeah. They're about to get paid. They're about to make $12,000 off of you alone because every penny is going to go to drugs. And you're probably going to overdose and die. But guys, that's a great idea. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Did that not make the anger blood come out? Okay, this will. Let me read that headline again. Denver set to give 140 homeless people up to $12,000 in cash as part of a basic income program, $2 million for pilot program allocated from American Rescue Plan Act. Yes. Yes. So that means that's just fancy talk for Denver taxpayers. More than 140 people experiencing homelessness. It's just an experience. It's like when you took acid for the first time, man. It was an experience for like 67 hours. It'll be over soon, man. Experiencing homelessness in Denver will each be provided up to $1,000 in cash a month for up to 1 year as part of a basic income program designed to help lift individuals out of homelessness. $1,000 a month in Denver, good luck lifting. The $2 million contract with the Denver Basic Income Project was approved by the city council and will provide direct cash assistance to more than 140. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This article just got better. Here comes, I'm going to give you a second to go grab a cotton ball to put in your nose, a tissue, a paper towel, a rag you don't care about, your t-shirt, whatever you got, because you're going to need it, because here comes that fucking drop of anger blood I was telling you about. The $2 million contract with the Denver Basic Income Project was approved by the city council, not you, Denvernians, not you, the city council, and will provide direct cash assistance to more than 140 women, transgender, and non-conforming individuals and families in shelters. Hey, male Denver homeless. Come here. Fuck you. Get your toxically masculine ass back out there on the street because winter's coming. It gets cold in Denver. Homeless men, fuck you. Get out of here. Women, Ku Klux trans members, come on in. Sure is warm. Who wants cocoa? Hey, but what about door slams in your face? You cisgender male piece of shit. Not 140 just random homeless. No, women, transgender, and gender non-conforming individuals. Who the fuck is that? How do you prove that? You're going to do a physical examination? And what if it's a man who identifies as a woman? You got to let me in. I didn't jam these size 12 feet into these high heels I found in a dumpster for nothing. I identify as a woman. Move over. And yes, I'm a mentally unstable, drug-addicted man who dresses like a woman. You better let me into the family shelter because nothing's going to happen. No, lady, it's fine. Leave your kid here. Go talk to her. I'll keep an eye on her. Oh, lady, you're sleeping? Cool. Oh, you're laying on your side? That means your back's turned. Cool. Where are those little kids you brought in? Oh, lady, you got to get up and use the bathroom in the middle of the night? Here, let me help you. That's what's going to happen. Assholes. Transgender, non-conforming. Do you believe this shit? Just as important as housing and shelter is a regular source of income for those experiencing homelessness. Mayor Michael B. Hancock said, this direct cash assistance will help more than 140 women and families currently in shelters move into stable housing and provide support so that they can be housed. They can stay housed while opening space in our shelters to serve more people. That's what's going to happen. Give money to the Ku Klux Trans members. All they need is $1,000 a month. There's just $1,000 a month for 1 year standing between them and homelessness. Good job, Mayor Hancock. Hancock. Nice. I know that there's plenty. I don't know how many people are in Denver. A few 100,000, a million. I'm sure there are plenty of residents of Denver who could use $1,000 a month from the government. No strings attached. Here you go. That'd be cool. But, that's not what's going to happen. And if you're a male, a cisgender, cis male, cis, whatever that shit is. I thought a cis used to be something a woman got in her ovaries, but now it's something else. But if you're a regular dude, regular male, homeless, there's no help for you. Just like San Francisco. Remember, Mayor London Breeze said she is going to eradicate. I am going to eradicate homelessness in San Francisco. Cisco. If you're transgender, if you're a regular woman or man, I have nothing for you. Fuck off. You got to read the fine print, guys. You got to read the fine print. Ooh, speaking of fine print, this is fine. One of my favorite t-shirts. Yes, all day long. Because the story I'm reading you proves that this is the attitude we need to have. Because they definitely have t-shirts on that say, fuck the taxpayer. Available on mygreengear.com. Sons of bitches. Cole, that's right. So if you're not on drugs and paying for your fair share, sorry, the comments jumped on me again. So active today. So if you're not on drugs and paying your fair share and not confused about your gender, you get to fund it. Yes. We have no help for you. There's no reward for those that do what they're supposed to. But if you fuck your life up or you're crazy and on drugs, oh, have a seat. We're going to take care of you. No. Have a seat. Take your shoes off. Take your shoe. Okay, put them back on. Ooh. Put them back on. There's a palm leaf, some grapes. Huh? You too hot? You too cold? What do you need? Here, write down. What do they call those? A rider? Celebrities, when they go to an event, a concert, at the venue, they fill out a rider. And that's all the stuff you want in your room. Like, I want pumpkin scented candles. I want M&Ms, only the yellow ones. Lukewarm water, not room temperature, but lukewarm. I need a velvet pillow, a nice fresh pair of fluffy slippers, a bathroom, like all the shit they want, they put on the rider. So homeless people, here, fill it out. What do you want? Anything. What do you want? Sky's the limit. Billy Painter, Bad Billy. Jericho, I never got to finish my question from yesterday. I was talking about how Claude Dallas killed 2 game wardens, more to come in another post. All right. I await your post, Bad Billy. 12 G's, guys, 12 G's. Nothing. Do they have to pay that back? Hey, when you get on your feet, can you pay us back that $12,000? Are they going to do that? Hell no. Hell no. You're just going to pay for it. dummy. Dumb taxpayer. You dumb 10. Tax ID number. Isn't this great? Homeless people just, dude, living it up. Almost makes me want to be homeless. Why not? You get everything paid for. You can do whatever you want. You know, your kids tell you, I can't wait to be a grown-up so I can do whatever I want. You really can. You can do whatever you want. What do you want to do? You want to take your pants off and walk down the street? You want to piss? You want to shit? You want to yell and scream and destroy stuff? Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. All you got to do is be homeless. Get on drugs, acquire a mental issue, or exacerbate the one you have with drugs. Defer, yes, 48 days till November 8th, 2022. I'm telling you, it's our chance. All this crazy stuff you're hearing about, all these situations, all these violent acts, it's filth. November is our chance. Don't blow it. Don't listen to these people tell you, don't, though, it doesn't make a difference anyway. Screw that. There are a lot of people that got hurt, killed, maimed, so we can. So even out of respect for them, if nothing else, I'm going to vote. I pay too much damn money in this country to not shape its future. And if you have kids, you definitely need to vote. Lord German Husbando, I don't know. I do not know. I don't know why YouTube is hating. Maybe they think you're too generous and too kind to me and they don't like me, so they don't want you to be nice to me. But there are other options. Venmo, Green for Green, Cash App, $ Jericho Green, the number 1. You can always do that. You can always send it that way. Guys, I think with the cereal talk and the homeless talk, I didn't get to everything, but don't worry, I'm going to do videos about it, about the things I didn't get to, and I'll upload it onto my YouTube page. So either way, we're going to get to it. And maybe I'll save, I think one of them I'm going to save for tomorrow so we can interact and talk about it, because I'm sure you guys are going to be mad as shit about it. Miss Pepsi Girl, thank you. So yeah, I got the show tonight with Gabe and Shant over on Gabe El Tayeb's channel. As soon as I get, let's see if he posted on his page, and then I'll post it on my page. Here it is. Boom. Share, create, post. Let's see, we're looking for something clever to write. There we go. Boom. 2 exclamation points. So I'm posting it right now. I'm posting a link to that video. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Myself, Gabe, Shant, we will be dissecting Batman 1989. Yes, not the stupid George Clooney one, the worst, the stupid Val Kilmer one, the original 1989 Michael Keaton. Where does he get those wonderful toys? Love that movie. Was it Kim Basinger is in that one? Kim Basinger, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson as the Joker, which I think is the best Joker. Now, I know they're 2 different Jokers. The Heath Ledger Joker is much darker. I get that. But Jack Nicholson? Come on, man. Jack Nicholson, I think, was the best Joker. Hubba, 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 money, 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 who do you trust? That was a shit. And this way, what? Did Tim Burton do that one? I believe he did. That first Batman was the shit. Oh, when Joker died? Come on, Batsy. That movie was a shit. Anyway, we're going to be discussing that one tonight. Yeah, exactly. Bam Bam Bigelow, the best line. Where did they get a load of me? Dude, Nicholson killed that role. Miss Pepsi Girl, I agree. Michael Keaton's my favorite Batman. Christian Bale, he's cool. You know, I guess he's good for that Dark Knight shit. But I'm a fan of the original Batman. When he put that makeup on his girlfriend and she turned around and she had the big smile on her face. Oh man. Yes, Cole, it sounds like the Krusty the Clown laugh, but at the end of Batman, that's the sound because he has that little laughing thing in his pocket. So check it out. See if it's more Krusty like. I think Krusty like that was like Krusty. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. Nico Giorgio said the Joker in Full Metal Jacket was my favorite. Different kind of Joker, but yes. What do you say? Something Pilgrim? When that guy was getting yelled at, he got fucked up for that one. Private Joker? Oh, man. Lee Ermey got his ass for that one. Bill Painter, thank you, Bad Billy. Says all parties were white. They want to make a movie about Claude Dallas and have a black actor play one of the game wardens. One more post to come. That is so stupid. So the victims were white, but to tug more at those heartstrings, they'll make one of the victims black. And that'll do what? That's like that new movie, Woman King. If you guys don't know who that is, oh yeah, that's what he says. Is that you, John Wayne? Yeah, he got in big trouble for that one. So that movie, Woman King, it's the one with Viola Davis, where they totally rewriting history about this group, the Dahomey Warriors, this all women's platoon or whatever of fighters, and they were fighting against slavery. And it's actually the real history. It's total opposite. The character that Viola Davis plays wasn't even born yet during the time. All this shit. But I'm going to do a review on that movie. I'm going to suffer through it. I'm going to watch it. My wife wants to see it, so we're going to watch it together. Hopefully, we can watch it together and keep our hands off of each other. We'll see what happens. I'm lying. Hopefully, we can watch the whole thing and I keep my hands off of her. Let's be real. See you later, Andrew Justice. Thanks for coming. Yeah, Cole, check it out. Woman King trailer. It will make you angry. Bad Billy, thank you again. He says, it seems like they are trying to make a race issue where there was not one to begin with. Well, Bad Billy, that's what they do. That's their superpower. That's their skill. That's their talent, is squeezing some racism blood from this stone. That's what they do. That's their purpose. That's their duty. Hey, don't play a comment section because I said duty. All right? But yeah, Kenneth Jackson. Yo, Batman Returns. That's another. I like the first two. The first two, love them. Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Those first two Batmans were the shit. Yeah, Socrates King, Woman King was written by a white woman. It was written, produced by two white women. One of them, I think it was, what's her name? She's an actress. I can't remember her name right now. She was in History of Violence with Viggo Mortensen. What's her name? Hold on. Maria Bello. That's her name. It's produced by Maria Bello. Produced or written by her. Two white women produced it. And then Viola Davis and her husband were also the producers. And then it was directed by some woman. She's mixed. Robert Krober Jr. says, Jericho, don't do the popcorn trick. That's the only trick I got, man. If I don't try that trick, what am I going to do? Do the, put my arm around her? No, it's popcorn trick or nothing. Just got to let the popcorn cool off this time. I learned. But yeah, I'm going to review that movie. I'm pretty sure I'm going to shit all over it. I did some reading about the real Dahomey people, and it does not mesh with the movie. So I'm going to check that out. I've already seen it. I've seen the trailer twice. Just the fucking uniforms. Like they all wear these uniforms with these shells all over them, and and the paint, on their arms and shit, and they're always sweating and glistening and doing all this fucking like capoeira and shit, twirling their spears around. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it looks so stupid, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to take detailed notes, and I will review that shit right here. Okay? Like I said, some of the things I didn't get to, I'm going to do videos about them. One of them I'm going to put on my website, jerichogreen.net. You will only find it there. $3.99 a month will give you access. Yeah, but the Woman King is just a big turd. Yeah, Lala HK, I'm for real. I take these movies, the movies that I do, that we review on Gabe's channel, some of them, or all the ones so far, I've seen them 100 times back to front, but I watch it and I take detailed notes. I think I took 3 pages of notes on the last movie. So Batman, probably get 2 pages out of me, but yeah. I got to take my notes. I don't want to forget nothing. Oh, and Cole says, are the women in their 40s? Hold on. Hold on a second. I don't know how I lost it. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, in their 40s and full menopause. I think Viola Davis's real age is like 57. You couldn't find a younger actress to play that. It's fucking. Oh, if you guys haven't seen it, check out Woman King trailer. Oh, it's all this woke shit, all this SJW shit jammed into a nice, tight little package. Tim Vincent, Jericho, just discovered your channel. Appreciate you and your channel. Comments jumped on me again. Appreciate your channel. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for being here, Tim. I hope this won't be your last time. But yeah, like I said, kids are out of school early this week because of the parent-teacher conferences. I think my daughter's is today. She's a wonderful student. I have nothing to worry about. But I'm going to go hang out with them. And I got to watch the movie. I got to watch Batman 1989. So it's fresh in my mind. Take my notes. Appreciate you guys being here. We had a healthy turnout today. Thanks to everybody in the comment section. All your questions, comments. Don't think just because I don't shout them out that I don't see them. Sometimes I just don't have a chance to, or whatever. It's going to take me totally out of what I'm talking about. Whatever. I see them. I thank you. You were great. I was great. We were great. Say it with me, damn it. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to jerichogreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.